Well, it's the scandal that rocked the country and affected thousands of families and their kids here in Luzerne County. You might remember it as the headlines as Kids for Cash. Christina Papa has more on how this real-life scandal is hitting the big screen.
That's when everything started.
It's taking the real-life scandal to the big screen. The documentary film Kids for Cash is a look behind the headlines that covered newspapers in Luzerne County just 5 years ago.
You are going to experience prison. I'll be glad to put you there.
It's a close-up look at why former Luzerne County Judge Mark Chivarella was convicted of putting thousands of young people in a juvenile facility in return for getting money from a developer.
I think people are going to be very surprised at what they see in this movie. Those that think they know the story behind the Kids for Cash scandal, unless they see the movie, I think they don't. And they're very surprised when they realize that that's not the story I thought.
Producer and director Robert May is from the area. He followed the scandal with others when it hit the headlines, but then he decided to go a little further.
I was so curious about the fact that it was a very one-dimensional story in the press, and I wanted to find out what really was going on, and because every story has two sides. And that's what really intrigued me.
Cash for kids, case.
This is my man! You ruined my life!
May and his team spoke with judges, families, and with Chivarella before he was sentenced to prison.
I'd never send a kid away for a penny. I'm not this mad judge who was just putting them in shackles, throwing kids away.
We will be opening right here at the RC Theater in Wilkes-Barre and shortly after in movie theaters across the country.
That Judge Chivarella, who was a tough judge to begin with, came into his era of this is the way kids should be treated, and the community completely embraced it until they found out money was involved.
Christina Papa, News 13, Wilkes-Barre.